Testing for live broadcast. Okay, I'm just gonna share this link over to Facebook and to be ready to get started in a few moments. So this will be 60 minutes guided meditation session, and yeah, be able to interact with us whenever, whether that's now live or later on. So look forward to sharing some relaxation approaches and some tools to support your process of self-development and just chill time. So just need a couple of minutes to get set up and then you're ready to go. So if you are watching on YouTube, then feel free just to drop a comment to confirm that you can hear me just before we begin. Oh, it seems I have a fly stuck in here, so that will be the real test. Can I concentrate with a fly? So just give it a couple moments more to give everyone a chance to get connected, get comfortable, find a seat somewhere that's a nice, preferably uninterrupted, quiet space. And if you do happen to be trying to tune into this whilst driving, just, yeah, please save this until later on. So yeah, just a quick note, you might want to have some water or a cup of tea, something like that to hand. This is going to be quite an active engagement process and not a totally silent meditation. So yeah, basically make yourself as comfortable as you can. I've got tea. Whatever you need. If you want to lie down as well during this time, you're more than welcome to do that. So just give yourself a couple of moments whilst I'm ensuring all the links are working, and then we're just going to get started. Okay, so it's 5 past, I think that's good to go. So yeah, I will do my best to keep my mind and my attention to the YouTube chat. Is probably the best place to drop me a message if there's any technical or sound issues there. I probably won't catch that on Facebook, so please do drop me a line if there's any problems there. And yeah. Okay, I'm going to get started now. So yeah, welcome. And just to give a quick introduction, my name is Lise Mitchell-Noble, and I'm a holistic vocal practitioner and a practicing shaman. So that's the context and the experience that I'm bringing to today's meditation. And my reference point and framework for this is really about integrating the knowledge that I have from bodywork practices and breath work, and just trying to integrate all of that with some visualization, focus, and with a view to relax and calm the central nervous system and just bring us into a more grounded and embodied space. So that's really the aim of today's space holding and what I want to try and offer to you. And yeah, I think the best time to drop any questions or responses to this is probably at the end. So I'll try and leave a little bit of a margin in for that in case anybody has anything that's really a burning question related to what we've covered today. And just to open the space as well, I'm calling on my personal framework, and I'm connecting with very much the 5 elements, 4 directions, working with upper and lower realms, and also inviting a space that is supported by the archetypes that I connect with personally, which are primordial goddess, divine feminine, and divine masculine energies, trying to bring those into balance, and working with animal and spirit guides, archangels, and elementals as well, and also ancestors. So it's just to give you a bit of context from how I'm holding the space and what I'm grounding into and working with. But regardless of your personal outlook, be that from a religious point of view or just a spiritual practice perspective, I'd like to think that this is an open and inclusive space for anyone to participate, and the emphasis really is about the body. So yeah, there's no exclusions. Everyone's welcome. So I've got a candle burning here. I've also got some primrose essential oil. So if you have any of those tools to hand for yourself, I didn't give you that information in advance, but if you're like me, you have bottles of incense and oils all over the place and in your pockets. So feel free to light a candle, do anything like that that feels that it's going to support your process of relaxation in the next while. And feel free to drop me a message, leave in the comments later on what you were using. I always like to hear what other people's scents and smells are. So yeah, we're going to begin. I've opened the space before starting. So really now it's just an invitation for you to allow yourself to come into a space of focus and just giving yourself that acknowledgement that you've carved out this time for yourself, which is really important. And yeah, so we're going to begin by grounding, and this is something that I feel is, for me, a foundational practice in lots of different things that I do, which has a positive effect no matter what I'm applying it to. So hopefully you can take this visualization and adapt it to your own needs. And I'll just be guiding you through that just now. So if it feels comfortable for you to soften your gaze or focus on something in the room, or close your eyes, just as a way of connecting with that internal space. Just give yourself a moment to acclimatize to the sensation that we are about to go on a journey together, and we're going inward and we're actually going down as well to ground. So you might want to rest your hands on your lap, palms facing upward, nice and neutral. Open up and stretch the fingers. Just giving yourself a chance to release any of this holding pattern that you might have been working on since getting up this morning. If you're just waking, if you're in US, or this afternoon where I am GMT, we could be holding on to patterns of tension that we have been accumulating in the dream space, when we've been sleeping, and also throughout the day, just in terms of how we've moved into physical activities and things that we've been using the muscles for. So we're just giving ourselves a chance to really sit into the chair, let the shoulders drop a little bit here as well. So at this point, the breath is just nice and neutral and relaxed, and there's no need to force or to guide it. We're just allowing ourselves to feel into the physical body. And at this point as well, it's an opportunity to meet and acknowledge where you are in relation to your body and how it feels just to be even giving yourself this slightly stretched period of time before we transition into the grounding exercise itself and further into this relaxation process, whether that feels comfortable to you or not. If there's perhaps some resistance there, if you've been busy running around trying to complete other tasks, there might be a little bit of nervous or frantic energy. So it's all of these things are okay. This is just about giving ourselves the chance to acknowledge, meet, and even dialogue with those aspects. They're just fragments of energy that are demanding our attention, and we have a choice about how much time and attention that we offer them. But in order to let them go, a bit of acknowledgement and a bit of mutual dialogue with that kind of internal energy is a nice way just to kind of soften in your own time, in your own process. And this is really personal to you. So there's no right or wrong way. As we're doing this, we might feel naturally that the breath is actually starting to slow. And as we connect with that, there's an acknowledgement that we're actually coming deeper into the body. At this point, we can start to bring our attention to how we are sitting on the chair, or you might be lying down. So if you're lying down, then arms just by your sides. You might actually want to have your hips open, just rotating outwards, and your knees slightly bent, just to allow a nice open channel there for energy to flow. Or you might want to even prop up a pillow underneath your knees as well, just to support your spine. And just as we are kind of preparing the body, this is us giving strong cues, physical cues, mental and emotional ones as well, just to sort of say, hey, we're moving into this space of relaxation. Come on, this is an invitation to you. So it's really important, I think, to give yourself an opportunity to ask, and to ensure that your body is actually giving you permission. Because if it's not the right moment, if it's not the right time for this process to unfold, then it's something to come back to at a later point. And just as well at this point, to remind yourself that as we go through and as we move through these ever deeper stages of relaxation and internal dialogue, you are the master of how deep you're going, and if anything feels uncomfortable to you or too much too soon, you can ease off the brakes a little bit, and you can always take a pause, give yourself a moment, and it's also giving yourself that permission to withdraw from the space if you need to. So just to highlight, I'm really trying to come from a trauma-aware perspective here. So please use the space as you need to, and just even having this kind of space holding right now where you're entertaining this kind of dialogue is important, and it's part of your relaxation process too. So bringing your attention down to your feet. If you're lying down, we're going to be visualizing this extension and this root that will be moving through the body and out through the feet. So use that visualization as you need to. For those of us that are sitting, feet on the floor and legs hip width apart. Just give yourself a second to really make that connection. You might want to stretch the toes a little bit, or even just gently move forward between the heel and the ball of the foot and to side as well. Just really as much contact as you can make with the floor, and then just come to that nice resting position when you feel that your feet are glued. We're not having to push down or exert any force or energy. We're just really allowing the body to flow in a downward direction here. So now this grounding process, we are connecting with our root. So just to be really clear what I mean by that, I'm talking about the base of the spine. If you work with the chakra map visualization, you'll know that I'm referring to the point below the sacral chakra. If you think about it in terms of the body and the physicality, right at the tailbone. So you might want to actually bring your hands, the palm of your hands, just gently warm them if you need to, and bring them down either behind and in front to just support your connection to this space. You might want to bring them just resting round about the groin or the womb space, whatever helps you to connect, just to give yourself a bit of extra support there and protection. And from here, I just want to engage with the breath as well, because we're about to move our focus and our intention downward, and the easiest way to control the potency of the movement of energy with our focus is to utilize our breath as a vehicle for this. So this gentle breathing is just very relaxed, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, at this point, we are not going into anything strenuous or really active. It's just very, very gentle, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. So just really allowing there to be a nice flow and movement of energy. You can almost think of it as this infinity loop, the inhalation, curving, releasing down, and then drawn back up. So that's what we're aiming for here. Just give yourself a second just to acclimatize with breath, because it might be tucked away or hiding somewhere. We might just need a second to locate it and to gather it all together. It's almost like visualize this wispy cloud, and we want to kind of pull in all of these strands of breath, of air, of energy, just so that we can really utilize the fullest capacity of breath that we have. So now we're moving down. As we come from this point of tailbone, we are guiding this energy down to ground. So this root, like a vine perhaps, or a serpent, or flowing water, whatever resonates with you, we're allowing this cord now to move down. Giving it a second here, round about the hips. As it's unwinding, also allow that unwinding process to also touch on any additional tension here in your sitting bones that might wish to come down to the earth and ground with you. Again, it's the breath. If we're registering or acknowledging any additional tension here, now is the point where the breath comes in and we can gather that energy up with our next inhalation. Taking it a layer deeper and moving it down. So this is the process that we're going on. So as we go through, it's a sequential process down into the earth. So just go at your own pace and what feels comfortable for you. This cord splitting into two and going down either leg, wrapping around your thighs, spiraling down at the knee joints, just softening here. Breathing out at the knee joints. Allow those tendrils to move down the calves. Almost visualize this easing that big Achilles tendon there that takes on so much stress and tension throughout the day. As this cord is winding and wrapping down, also just connecting with the pressure points and easing out any tension down to the ankles, wrapping around the ankles, squeezing gently into the feet. And really giving this area a little bit of attention, carries so much weight and energy. It's also that first contact point with the earth. Feet are incredibly sensitive and have this amazing microcosmic map on the bottom with all these points that correspond to the different parts of the body, and we take so much impact on them every day. So just moving down now through the feet. Really, as we just begin to transition from the middle world that we're inhabiting here down into the earth, really use that feeling, knowing sense to explore and experience the sensation of actually, what is it like? What's underneath my feet? Is it carpet? Is it floorboards? Am I going through stone masonry? What's underneath that? The foundations of the house, or perhaps you're outside and you've got this immediate connection with grass, with earth. Just allowing that breath to sink you down. Now penetrating into the soil. Just if there's any tingling or throbbing or temperature change that you're experiencing, that's perfectly okay. We're just guiding this awareness and this focus of our energy downwards, and we're kind of trying to bring ourselves out of this overactive headspace, overstimulated around the throat and activated around the heart, and just trying to ease everything down and drop everything down. Just allow this big root now that's split off like tributaries of a river, just to expand and feel its way into the soil. This is actually about extending your energy downwards and allowing it to explore. So that's happening now in its own organic way. It's responding to and communicating with the ground. Just coming back to your breath, allowing the breath to be the vehicle through which you can do a body scan, just overall checking, tuning into the rest of you, making sure that you feel comfortable and safe. That's the main thing. And down. So we're going to add some more focus and intention in our energy down, past rocks, past leaves, past roots, past burrows, past long forgotten settlements, past watercourses, down, down, down. Allowing ourselves to move, to flow, to grow, to unravel, to spiral, down, down, down. As we are working our way towards the core of the earth, this sensation that we are giving ourselves permission to embody, this rootedness, gives us this sensation of support. So whether you're lying or sitting, you might feel that this deeply connected sense actually gives you more space from the waist up to stretch and to breathe and to expand. So if you feel inclined to give yourself a little bit of movement up here, just to open and to stretch and to let the shoulders roll. And perhaps move from the hips, turn in your chair. It's very normal for this balance and this mirroring to happen where we feel more supported below gives us a greater sense of expansion and openness above. So this idea of our roots and our network connecting with the community and the energy available to us from the earth is really mirrored in the canopy and where we live our life in the middle and upper realms. So again, just finding the end of that root, and we're going to bring our awareness just to this last push and connection to reach the center of the earth. It's our power source in this space. Whatever works for you. Is it heat? Is it liquid? Is it plasma? Is it crystalline? This is about you and your root and your connection, your umbilical cord that's stretching down to connect with the earth. So give yourself a moment to identify what this looks and feels like, and then begin the exploration of this root. We're going to wrap around this core of the earth. Just give yourself a second, assess, does it feel comfortable to me? Does it feel safe? What do I hope to get from this connection? Remember, this is all with a view to deeper relaxation, stronger physical, more embodied awareness. When you feel ready, just let those roots wrap around again and again, embracing, entangling, connecting with this root, winding your cord with it. When you feel like that connection's been made, just a second here. I'm going to take 3 nice deep inhalations through the nose and out through the mouth, just to really reinforce and sink into this space. Breathe in and out. Again. One more. In and out. So you should be feeling nice and grounded. So from this point, we are really in a good position to be able to expand and to explore the stretches of our imagination and our interaction with the space that's external to us. So we can, from this point, really work with the upper chakras, if that's how you like to call them, and our sensory perception and awareness from the crown, and work with channeling to receive information, just setting ourselves that comfortable point of how open do I wish to be, setting intentions for the kind of information that you want to receive, whether that's for the space of your immediate practice with meditation, or if you're using this as a transition into lucid dreaming, perhaps in the sleep space as well. So yeah, from here, there's really no limitation, and it's a comforting, securing feeling to be working from this place, not only with the visualization process, but also with voice work and breath work as well, because we've really taken the time to come into the body and really honor its needs. So you might feel right now a little bit sleepy, physically heavy. These are all quite normal things to feel, and if you're lying down during this process, if you've not done a focused grounding practice so intentionally before, it's also quite normal that you might feel that you would fall asleep. That's fine. I really view that as your body has the wisdom and is telling you what it needs. So yeah. So just with the time that we have left, really nice to set an intention and to give ourselves a few moments to receive that information through our physical sensations in whatever way that needs to come through. So again, this is a nice thing to do with closed eyes, just to really come into your internal awareness and space. So I'm going to come back up to the heart space. I'm bringing my hands here as well, just to reinforce that connection. So I'm going to just guide you briefly through a means to ask to search for some clarity, or just some information that's going to be supportive to you. So again, breath. Now that our hands are here, the breath can follow more easily. So I want to deepen my breathing here for a moment. Just, I'm still inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, just to keep it nice and natural. 3, nice deep breaths that are going to be progressive. So we're aiming for more expansion, more capacity, more breath, and to fill up more each time. So just gently opening. So in your next breath, just being aware of the exhalation as being just as important as the inhalation. And if it's helpful to bring more of a vocalized quality into the breath, like, then that's absolutely fine. It's what you need to do and what feels right and what feels intuitive for you in that moment. So just trust that instinct. Again, just deepening that breath into the heart space, but really the breath is expanding and being supported by the diaphragm. So you'll be aware of that when you're breathing out and you're engaging those muscles. Sensation is about the heart space. Okay. I'm going to say that it feels comfortable and it feels safe for you to vocalize on your out breath, and just with a sigh, then this is a nice way just to shift any remaining kind of energy that might be caught in this space here. Okay, so from here, I'm asking, connecting with the wisdom of my body as a vessel to receive information. So I'm not being discriminatory here. I'm really trying to cultivate this idea that I'm an open channel that is in a good, stable, grounded space, ready to receive any information that wants to come through. So just to make yourself feel extra safe and secure in this process, first get clear on our ask and our intention. For me, I'm simply going to ask any information that wishes to arise or make itself known to me that is going to support me through the rest of my day. Please make itself known. So that's my intention. I want to set a bit of a limitation or definition of this as well, because I am at the moment really open, and yes, I am really grounded, but I want to ensure that this information is coming from a progressive place and a safe place and a positive place for me. So I'm asking any information that wants to make itself known, available to me, that's going to support me through the rest of my day. I welcome it from all areas, locations, spaces that are in my highest good. So I'm really being clear about that so that I can feel safe in the knowledge that the information that I receive is benevolent, it's not going to harm me. So I've set myself that kind of mental checkpoint, connecting with that request and that intention through the heart space, and I'm already prepared, I'm nice and grounded and relaxed to know that whatever comes through is not there to harm or cause undue upset. Okay, so from your end, just you can vocalize that internally, silently, or you can really bring that into a vocalized incantation, if you like, and send out that request. And once you've found the words and found the space for that, you can just sit with that for a moment. So I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes to just be in a kind of quiet space of reflection, just to allow whatever comes through for you just to kind of make itself known in your awareness. And we've asked for information, so this could come through a wave of emotion, could come through a flash of insight, it could come through sound, could come through physical sensations, energy in the body, circulation, hot, cold, tingling. So many ways that are all dependent on your unique capacity, your existing skills, and whether you're connecting more dominantly with, say, clairsentience, clairaudience, claircognizance, any of the clairs, which you can read about at length. There's lots of material online to read about that. So just give you a moment just quietly to tune in with yourself and allow whatever's coming through for you. Okay, so just gently beginning to withdraw from this space. I know it feels really nice to stay here, and I don't want to terminate that process too quickly or rush anyone. So if you are confident, with a process of being able to disconnect from that space, and kind of safely hoard off your energy again, then you're welcome just to linger here or tune out of the meditation and just take time for yourself now to be with that a little longer if you need more time, and just remembering when you finish just to gently move away. So that's what I'm going to do now with you guys, just in the last moments, and hope that I can get to any questions just at the end. So yeah, it's nice just to come into this space for some preparation and reflection. It's a great time to move into some journaling if that's something that is helpful or stimulating to you, or transition from this into any creative activity where you can channel some of that inspiration. So I hope that's given you some tools just to add to the box. So yeah, now we are still grounded, but we've also really opened ourselves up energetically to receive information in whatever way that's come through. So just want to ensure that we are able to move safely into our next tasks, and just kind of bubble ourselves off. And yeah, so if you're still lying down, you might want to give your feet and your hands a bit of a wiggle. Okay. So just quietly, we're connecting with that root once more. And 3 nice deep inhalations and deep breaths. We are going to draw that energy up through the feet, drinking in from the earth, all the way up, extending up out through the crown. And we're going to allow that visualization to flow around us and create a nice protective bubble, kind of golden green bubble of energy. So gently just gathering all the breath together, finding that focus where the root is, and a nourishing deep breath in through the nose. Up, 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 not releasing it until you feel like you're right up to the crown, out through the top of the crown, and then exhale, allowing that bubble to form around you, around your whole body. Again, drinking up this amazing earth energy. Up, up, up. And exhaling, just reinforcing this protective bubble. Once more, last time. Biggest breath you can manage. And just round and down. And we're really just, at this point, we're still grounded, we're still connected, but we're also protected. We've allowed an exchange of energy, we've released, we've transmuted, we've let go of any stagnant build-up of energy to kind of move through the body, and that's been transmuted instantly. The earth loves that. Earth energy loves that stuff. It says, thank you, feed me. And we can uptake that earth energy knowing that that is separate, that is, we've given nutrients and we are able to draw on that resource as well. We're not reuptaking any kind of debris or stagnant stuff that we've let go of. So that's really important, just to remember that and to feel safe about that. And yeah, something that I was reminded of recently, which is a really beautiful way to close, that was shown to me by another practitioner, is just with your hands to bring the fingers together and the palms of the hands nice and tight to the chest. And it's just the affirmation, my energy is my own. So it's really simple, and we're bringing the two hemispheres into alignment, bring the two sides of the body into balance, bringing the masculine and feminine energies into balance, and we are making a statement and declaration, my energy is my own. So it's really simple, really powerful, and yeah, so thank you for tuning in. If you've been connecting live, I'm just going to take a quick second to look through any comments, and if there are any questions that are really important for me to address just now, then please feel free to drop them in. And yeah, so I'm glad you enjoyed. Nice. Okay. So yeah, I've been streaming this over to YouTube and also to my personal Facebook page and a few other pages, which I will briefly tell you about. So yeah, if anyone from the Paradigm Shift community has been connecting, then it's really nice to see some familiar names. And yeah, hi guys, and thanks Brendan for the space holding for this meditation practice to be able to be shared through that network as well. So yeah, be sure, if you're not aware of Paradigm Shift, be sure Paradigm Shift Central, please be sure to check them out, and available through YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, and TikTok and beyond, I believe. So yeah, some really great stuff coming out of there. So please have a look at what they're up to. And yeah, my work, you will be able to find, I'm going to drop the links in the broadcast, which I didn't have time to do before starting, but yeah, I do holistic voice work, and that can look like a lot of different things. Meditation and spiritual development is one facet of something that I've developed called the 5 Elements of Voicework, which is basically a holistic system of voice work, which is integrating psychological, physiological, social, emotional, and spiritual elements, and kind of bringing all of those into balance. And it kind of acknowledges that these are all really important strands to an overall picture of wellness. And I believe that voice is one of the most amazing tools that we have available to us. So the more we can find ways of utilizing and connecting with that, the better. So that kind of work, and all that is entailed with that, this is the meditation and spiritual practice stuff, is vocal peace, which is one of these 5 elements, and that is all delivered through True Voice Creations, which is the name of my business. So you'll be able to find True Voice Creations on Facebook. I do have a dedicated page now on Instagram as well called True Voice Creations. If you're watching through YouTube, obviously you've already found it, so you'll be able to subscribe on there. And what else? I have a website also. So I'll drop the link for my website on the broadcast notes, and you can connect there and you can read more about my work and what I do. And I'm just beginning to build up a meditation library as well. So there'll be some free resources on there, and there'll also be some audio guides that you can purchase. So it's all in progress. So yeah, please connect, and feel free to send me a message, any questions, any worries, if you want to follow anything up. And yeah, thanks, Brendan. Cool, nice one, guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and that you feel more relaxed and prepared to take on whatever lies ahead. Much love.